Due diligence can literally make you millions of dollars. Have you ever wondered why it's so important? You've heard people talk about it, but in this video, I'm going to break down what due diligence is, why it is so important, and how to complete a successful due diligence. So let's get into it. Due diligence is a fancy term to describe steps you need to take to analyze or understand something properly. In this particular case, we're going to be talking about real estate. In real estate, due diligence is vital and can make or break any real estate deal you do. In my early days, I lost a lot of money and a lot of time due to a lack of a detailed process for due diligence, and I've learned my lesson. The potential consequences of not completing an appropriate due diligence can be lost money, ruined relationships, wasted time, issues down the road. Those are just the start. But here's a walkthrough of what due diligence step by step looks like and a process you can implement. Number one, you've got to do your market research and analysis. And I'm not talking about market research on your particular deal. I'm talking about the market as a whole. If you're looking at doing a deal in Phoenix, Arizona, you need to know what all of Phoenix is doing. Number two, property inspection. This is not as simple as a drive-by. This usually can't be completed just by you. You need a trained professional that can check your roofs, your storm drains, your water heaters, your furnaces. Do a complete analysis of what systems you have to work with so that you know what your expenses are going to be when you take this property over. Number three, you've got to do a financial analysis. That means a breakdown of what your lending rate is, what your rent rates really are, how you're going to cover your cash flow, who your property management company is, so that at the end of the day, you have a complete financial picture of what purchasing this asset is really going to do in your portfolio. The next thing you've got to do is a legal review. That's a review of what kind of partnership and or entity are you going to set this up in? Who's going to be the borrower? How are you going to mitigate and or limit your risk and your potential downside? All of that can be done with a qualified legal professional and should be a very important step. The fifth thing you've got to do is you've got to do a title search. You've got to look for encumbrances, i.e., previous loans, UCC filings. You've got to look at who has easements and or rights to the property. Are there any unresolved issues, any liens? All of those things are very, very important. Here's some practical tips for actually performing due diligence. And I share this advice with you, and I want you to look at what the step is for each part of this process. When you're looking at your legal ramifications, if you know what kind of entity you're going to start with, it's going to simplify things. If you're syndicating the capital, you should have a good SEC attorney on board. When you're looking at your market, you want a strong market. A mediocre deal in a strong market will still be okay, but a great deal in a mediocre market could spell trouble. When you're looking at title, you're going to want to make sure that you don't have any encumbrances, that your liens are not all set to be removed. There's no easements that cover your property that don't allow you to do certain things with your common area, or that your storm drains aren't off-site. All of those are very common mistakes that you want to avoid. The other thing, don't get in a hurry. Do not do these things without a licensed professional that helps you every step of the way, especially when it comes to your property inspections. Those can make or break budgets and put you in a bad place in a hurry because you wind up with more repairs and maintenance than you had planned. Some of the lessons I've learned had to do with how the deal got put together, and some of the lessons I've learned had to do with proper due diligence of the facility. We're currently involved in a project right now where we've had a lot more repairs than we thought. A lot of it had to do with the age of the equipment. Even though the equipment checked out well, it was still old and we've had nothing but problems with it since. Looking back, you can always learn from those lessons. I know that's a lot to take in, but you want to invest in real estate, you must understand and properly carry out the important steps of due diligence. If you want to learn how to invest with me, my team is set up to handle all the nuances of the due diligence process. And to learn more, you can simply go to my website at shannonrobnet.com. Whether you're investing by yourself or with someone else or with me, you must never rely on someone else to complete your due diligence. You need to know the facts and you need to be able to get access to that information. Because remember, it's your money and you will always want to make sure that the deal checks out to be the right fit for what you're trying to do. I will be doing a video unveiling the truths behind real estate syndication returns. So please like and subscribe and comment so you don't want to miss this. and I'll see you next time.